Hello, everyone. Welcome to another horror review. Horror from secondary speaker. Uh, yeah, after I've done this, I'm going to bed because I am shattered. I had a weird day today. Stuff going on at work. Upheaval. I just one of the weird days where I'm like, what the hell just happened? To top it off, I didn't sleep well last night, so I'm like, here, my eyes are in stalks. I'm like, okay, maybe time to bed. But we'll have to talk about this movie first. This was one that you see the poster just comes across randomly. You see the title, and you're like, I hope that's a bloody comedy. And then you see it the second time, you're like, I hope that's a comedy. I'm gonna have to watch it. And then when it flicks past, I didn't add it to my watch list. And you know, sometimes you don't add something to your watch list, and then it vanishes, and you never see it again. But this came across the third time, like, yeah, right, watch list, I'm doing it. Better be a bloody comedy. And yes. With the intro, I was a bit worried it was going to try and take itself seriously. But then it played like a remix of Tubular Bells for the Exorcism. I'm like, okay, this is parody. I never read the synopsis or anything, so I went in cold. Like, I just looked at the title and going, and you know what movie titles like, you don't know. This could legitimately try to be a serious horror, but nah. So what we'll have is Father Romero. He's our main character. And he's going to the streets, walking up the house. The stairs are very similar to The Exorcist. The main, the gloominess and the smog, and he's in the house, and we're greeted with dead bodies. And I mean, it's all done. If they'd used different music, you could have been fooled. But because the parody Tubular Bells, you're like, this is a mistake. But anyway, he goes in, dead body of woman on the floor. Somebody's are on the stairs, possessed with a hammer, and he goes up. Do you give him that eyelash and just start dangles in front of your eyeball, and that's all you can see. It's like going, me. Oh my god, the joys of being bushy. Yeah, I'm talking about everything except the actual movie. I know it's going to be one of these nights. Sleep deprivation. It's so much fun. But yeah, guys a hammer. Father Romero's got his case, like black slicker, all that kind of stuff. Goes up. Yeah, but he just stirs the other possessed bloke down. He just steps aside. He goes in the room, and it's a Vietnam vet. And it turns out these two have history together. So Romero was an army chaplain. This is one of the guys, a lieutenant that served with them in Vietnam. That's where we're kind of going with this. So he's sitting there, he's all demoned up. The eyes change, the voice. Hello, Father, so long you've been, all that kind of stuff. And this were right up to this moment. This movie's giving you the impression of taking itself serious. And then he goes and puts on the wee purple thing that they do, and goes into the bag, pulls out the cross, and that's when you get their first indication. He pulls out this like aluminium chunky cross thing with stuff, and it looks as if it's a flipping light, a torch or something. It just looks off. And he starts doing the anomaly bad rate, all that kind of stuff. And then he goes, forgive me, Hoodie or something. Hoodie? No, that's the. Who is he? Garvin? It's Garvin. Sorry if we notes here. Yeah, Lieutenant Garvin. He's like, forgive me, Garvin. It turns out he crosses a gun, so he's just like, and that's it. That's about the end of it, just sets himself up. He throws me about a holy water around him, the things, and he just like, shot to the head. Like, what the hell is this? And this is where, because the gun cross thing just looks absolutely bloody ridiculous. And this is where we know it's a comedy, because when he steps out, the other guy starts coming to me. He's like, "Oh, I'm alive. What happened?" Because goes, blah, blah, and he looks and goes, what, my wife, blah. And then, how can I put this? This is a cross between Police Academy, scary movie, and, oh God, what was the other one? Snakes in the Plane. You know, it's that kind of weird vibe. Sort of mash it up. And then you hear the guy, oh, my kids, oh, you're dead, oh, my dog's dead, and just, you know, straight away it's farce. Then the priest walks in and goes, oh, could you help me bring his body out of the house? And then the other guy just throws, and it's, you know, the dummy, so he throws away the window, and the dummy just goes, he's just like, that'll do it. And then I go into the credits in the movie, and it's like, okay, it's a comedy. Like I said, I went in cold, and the way they set it up at the very start, it's like, this better not be taking itself seriously. Because there's every chance, you know, in movies now, there's something that some movie makers just take themselves so seriously that the parody of the comedy without realizing it. But no, this is straight up slapstick, gross, disgusting comedy, fun. Now the demon bit isn't as scary as part of this. I mean, the idea of it is like, it's not scary, it's funny, but I mean, the scariest part of this here is a bloody airplane in Vietnam. That thing is, and it's flipping ragtag crew. It's hammered together with bricks, you know, flipping super glue and sellotape, and it's just scuzzy as anything. We don't know why, but for some reason, Father Romero sticks Stephen in a body bag and somehow gets that onto a plane as cargo luggage. Like proper body bag, and just full of. Don't ask me how, but this is the ridiculousness of this movie. Then we meet, like I said, we meet Amanda and Fang, I think, as a 2-year crew. And we meet the captain and his first officer. He's been the captain for 27 years. This is his final flight. And the first officer's been the first officer for 26 years. And I think it's the captain's final flight, or it's the final flight of this plane. It's one or two, I can't remember, because I'm just looking at this thing going, what the hell? And here's where it gets. The best scene at the start of this is they're all getting ready for takeoff. Kind of say he's hearing doof, 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 and it's a guy flipping, beating down panels onto the wing. He just does that inside, and you're like, okay then. And the seats are wobbling. Like, how they built this thing is just amazing. Do you know why they don't put effort in the sets anymore? And they just do everything CGI. So put in effort. This set has character. This plane is a character itself. You just can't, you know, it's so rickety. And they're sofa chairs. They're not like your normal airline. Even first class are huge, but even in the, you know, economy class, they're bloody armchairs. Like, they just got this set up like a throwback out of the 70s. I said, hi Chris. I said that it's got the stakes in a plane vibe, but it's mixed. It's got the snakes in a plane vibe because it's got that kind of beat throughout and how they deal with stuff. But it's more akin to Scary Movie and the airplane movies, Leslie Nielsen, and Police Academy. It's that sort of humor. But because it's horror, it's the Scary Movie, you know, they bring that sort of gore and stuff into it. So it's a bit of a mix. You kind of see where it's going, and it bloody works. I've thoroughly enjoyed myself watching this movie. It's just daft. You know, so way sometimes you need something daft. You just need to watch something completely dumb and stupid and farcical, and you're like, yeah, this is never happening. Just to switch your brain over a bit. But that was me watching this last night. And sometimes you need that, and this hits every beat. And like I said, how the hell he gets a body back? This is just the farcical nature of it, because he has a hearse, and we didn't realize he'd driven, but he shoves the body in the thing, drives it It gets loaded on. There's carry-on luggage as or does it carry on with him? I think it carries on them, but it's got a gun on it, and nobody bats an eyelid. We meet the crew, and the crew are a bunch of degenerates. And Amanda, like the chief hostess, she's making herself up in margaritas, like while the customers are coming in. She's getting sauced up. The flipping captain is getting sauced up with this first officer, and they're just like, no, I don't give a shit. And the wee guy, I think it is Thang, the wee young fella who's the other cabin crew, he just doesn't know what he's eats from, like, blah. And that's before we get to the passengers. You know the old joke, a priest, a rabbi, and an Islamic extremist board a plane? We've got that. So you've got, God, I can't even remember half their name, but you've got this weird guy at the front who's been asleep at the start in a business suit, and nobody knows who he is. That's him. You've got the rabbi. You've got a Buddhist monk. You've got the Islamic terrorist who has a bomb built into his nose. The nose is detachable, and there's a bomb built into it. So he's going to blow up the plane, which is about to fall apart anyway. Like this is not a high value target, so I don't know where it's coming from. You've got the married couple who are just tolerating each other. You've got two bimbos. One's a bit older and the other's younger. The older one sits with the father, and oh god, it's similar scenes with that. And she's used to be a Catholic, now I forget what do you call it? Confess. I do a confession thing. Get forgiven. So I know, and just talking about her, and they're all going to Vietnam. She's going to get her bits tightened up. I'll leave that because YouTube will get a bit have to start going into detail about her operation, but it goes into detail in this movie. It's just the way to do it. Can't remember why the other girl's going over. She starts cracking on to the husband of the married couple. You've got this woman with her service dog that happens to be dead. You've got a pregnant woman. You've got two nuns. What's funny in this, right? You've got two nuns, and all the way through the movie, Father Romero does not acknowledge the nuns and nuns don't acknowledge him. Now, you think being the same branch of the church or of the same type of cloth, you'd be nodding at each other at least. Oh, where are you off to? What's your blah, blah, blah? Nah. But those two make up for it later on. Oh my god. Yes, I've got a wee kid. No, sorry. Do I have an actual kid? I don't think we have an actual kid, but we do have the dwarf kid. So you've got a grown adult with dwarfism playing a kid whose mother's with him, oh my god, I don't know how I could describe this when I get into trouble, because guaranteed, YouTube, like, you're fucking what? You're talking about what now, doing the who to what? That's why I'm saying it's got the scary movie type humor, the sort of grossness of it, because oh my god, yeah. This is pushing buttons. That's what this movie's doing. It's just pushing buttons, and it's playing with every stereotype and every taboo and all that kind of stuff. It just doesn't care, and it does it really well. And it's refreshing to see a movie like this. It's just like political correctness. Nah, we're not going to do that. When does this come out? 2019. So there you go. We've still got time for a bit of inappropriate humor in 2019. Who knew? So what happens? Yes, all the characters start introducing themselves. Oh, you big, huge bodybuilder. Oh god, that guy looks as if he had pulled a tendon, scratching his head. He's so juiced up. And who else? Yeah, he's sitting beside the rabbi. But yeah, meet all the characters, pilots, getting ready to take off, getting sozzled, cabin crew don't care. You finish off that. I said that scene where you've actually got a maintenance bloke hammering the frigging wing together just before they take off, and the thing wobbles and rickety. Like I said, the plane is as much of a character as the cast. And you've got a memorable cast. You mean you've got a right flipping whole myriad of naughtiness to play with. That's the best way to describe it. Yeah, so effectively what happens, they take off, we're heading to Vietnam. I keep saying Thailand because I just can't help think Thailand in my head. It just seems it seems more of the appropriate destination for the reason half these people are going, but Vietnam it is. And that's what he's doing. He's bringing, so Lieutenant Garvin went nuts in Vietnam and killed a kid. And because of it, he's always felt guilty and then he got possessed. So Father Romero is bringing his body back to the family to give them closure or something like that. It makes about as much sense to you as it does me. I don't know, it's some weird. It was just it's a tenuous thread just to get the body on the plane, because then the body comes to life and starts flying around. Oh, there is a wee kid in this. That's right, there is a wee kid as well. So it's got all sorts. Yeah, and the opening scene, the lieutenant's flying, all makeup done, rah, all that kind of stuff. And then he starts possessing individual members of the crew. So the husband of my character, she ends up having to sit in the front because of the seating arrangements. He goes to the back, sitting beside her, the first bimbo. They go and join the Mile High Club, and then she's the first one to get possessed. So if you think snakes in the plane, the two join the Mile High Club, and then the snakes first come down. It's that, but it's demonic possession. Yeah, and that's an early scene. It's well done. And then it just proceeds to move through the plane. Excuse me. I don't want to spoil it because honestly, watch it. Links in the description. Check this movie out. It's just an absolute hoot. And there's not much of a plot to spoil. It's just ridiculousness. As the demon goes around possessing members of the crew, and they're trying to figure out who's next and how to stop it. And then obviously the rabbi and the priest get together to join forces. And I don't know, they could have done a wee bit of research, but the rabbi's like, the power of Moses compels you. You're like, oh mate, what are you doing? You're going to annoy somebody with that, but fair play to you. The big fat dude sitting next to the Buddhist monk. So the Buddhist monk has cannabis tea with him. And here's a weird thing. He offers some to the bloke. And the bloke's like, no. But he swipes a tea bag to go and smoke it. Because, yeah, you're being offered it anyway. But then you say no, and then you steal it to go and smoke it. It's like, okay, mate, that makes no sense. But the plot needed to happen. Just he needed to be in the toilets trying to smoke to make the rest of the stuff happen. A tampon gets involved. A flipping tampon gets. I can't remember how the bloody tampon gets involved. But, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Scary movie type humor. Fucking tampon gets passed around and ends up in people's mouths and stuff, and ends up in his spliff that he makes and stuff. And be like, oh god, dude, no. Not many people join the Mile High Club and the 6 Feet Under Club at the same time. Yeah, yeah, it basically is. It's that sort of thing. I would say Evil Dead, but it's not that sort of humor. It's not the Evil Dead sort of humor. Evil Dead humor is very specific. Definitely scary movie humor. That's definitely Police Academy humor mixed. Oh god, and then the dog comes to life. So is this the woman brings in her service dog. It happens to be a taxidermist, a taxidermied dead dog that was her pet, and then it gets possessed, so it comes to life. So you've got a puppet dog and chewing people. Just so they try the Christian stuff, they try the Judaism stuff, And then Tang tries some witchcraft as it makes a potion to try and flush it out of the air vents because the ghost is going around as a green mist in the air vents and possessing people. So they do witchcraft as well. Oh, yes, the other scene. So Romero's sitting beside this other bimbo who's going to get her bits tightened because they're too loose. And then she just randomly pulls out a Ouija board and they sit and play. Do you want to play a game? Sure. Don't. Ouija board. And you're both playing. You're like, oh man, you just aren't. It's hard taking this seriously at all. God, the priest is probably the reason that the people get possessed. Freaking lunatic. And then the pregnant girl gets possessed. She gets birthed. The demon baby. They flush it down the toilet because yeah. And they all try to team together to see who survives, and it just descends into absolute bloody chaos. I'm gonna have to watch this again. This is definitely worth a second watch. No, you've heard me talk about these kind of movies where it's dumb comedy, but it's done very cleverly because you watch it the first time, you get the surface level. You watch it the second time, and you see the bits in the background that you maybe didn't catch on the first watch. They do little subtle things. This is one of these type of movies. It's done so cheaply. I don't know what the budget was, but my God, it was cheap and cheerful, but it had a quality to it. So you couldn't have made this with millions of dollars in CGI because it would look shit. The fact that they did this all in practical effects and the plane is just rickety as hell. And then it turns out, there's like a more tenuous links to how people know each other and stuff. Does the monk get? I think the monk gets possessed because he's effectively just sitting there getting stoned on his tea, and yeah, it's the priest and the rabbi join forces mainly and the air crew, and that's basically what happens. Start running out of actual passengers. So it whittles down, and then it comes up to you got the plane landing thing because stuff happens, so they end up having to land the plane without the captain. You figured it out for yourself. So of course you've got that because it wouldn't be a plane movie if you didn't have random person having to land the plane for the first time, reading the manual, or the second officer who's half stowed out of his head by now, just kind of waiting, I do that. And then it comes and you think it's over, and they make it that it's not over. Just I don't think there'll never be a sequel to this. I don't think this is I don't think it's worth a sequel. I think the sequel would actually ruin this. This is a good little contained movie. Cheap, cheerful, does exactly what it says in the tin, and that's give you a good giggle and makes you go, oh, what? And bit of inappropriate humor. So you're like, oh man, you didn't. How are you getting away with that? How are you not getting mobbed now by all of the mob just coming after you and putting in complaints and stuff? But fair play to him. Fair play to him. It's directed by Chad Ferrin. Don't know anything, but it's production company Girls and Corpses. So I'm gonna have a look at that. That sounds a bit naughty. I'll have to check out, see what else I've done. Hopefully there's a whole slew of B movies. And there you go. There's my review. They'll keep it nice and short, but yeah, thoroughly enjoyed this one. Just a pure laugh, just utter daftness. You need that. Nobody can accuse me of being a serious, mustache twirling, nose up in the air reviewer because nah. And I don't hate every movie I watch. There's times I'm not super, want super highbrow stuff all the time. I just want a good plot, want a bit of a laugh. I want the thing to have some meaning behind it, as I'm feeling that the folks making the movie want to make the movie, and you get that impression. We need more of that, and not just comedy, but just all the genres. If they'll get more of that, we want to make this because we love the idea and we want other people to enjoy the idea. It's amazing what can happen. But there you go. I'll wrap it up. I'll stop yapping on. Give you all a break. I'm going to be recording tomorrow night. Apparently, Evil Dead Rise is dropping the trailer. If they haven't already, I'll maybe quickly jump on to react to that. But I want to get some recording done tomorrow night, so it won't be a long form video. And that's it. Just keep up to date. There's a few scheduled streams coming up. Do the typey clicky things. And until next time, keep it creepy, keep it horrific.